Howdy everybody, and welcome back. So I just recorded a whole video speaking through the whole thing, and after the latest update on my computer, it didn't record any of the sound. So this is me kind of starting over on that. So what we've gotten accomplished, well, as you see, we are in November. We have sold off all our silage. And I've discovered that having the silage bales stacked up right here in this corner was a really bad idea. It's quite the pain to get the bales out of that corner, so we will not be stacking them there again. More than likely, what I'll end up doing is stacking them along here. A lot of the reason is because I was using this trailer to pick them up. This is a auto load trailer that automatically picks up bales, and this is compatible with custom size bales. So hence why we're using this bale or this trailer. And I'm going to drop this right here so I can still get this truck out. One of the advantages of this short wheelbase truck is you get in and out of places, some pretty tight places. But the sell point for silage happens to be right over here. It's kind of part of the reason why we picked the spot we did for starting. So our drop point is right here. But and of course it's time to save again. So we got just shy of $1.6 million in silage, which is pretty good. Now last month we bought a lot of land, and we've turned it into a field, which is what a lot of this red is. It's just different work that we did. And let's get over to the land that I bought. We've got another block like this one was, as far as between the roads. Um, all four roads. It's another block like this is. Now we've divided said block up into 6 fields. In the 6 fields, we have planted in grass also. Went with grass because it's easy. Equipment's cheap to work. Now, as you see, we do have some bare spots that we need to come back and replant. These are spots I actually had a hired hand helping me with it because I was rather distracted today as I was working on it. But I actually have a hired hand spreading fertilizer right now. Because we're taking it from 0% financed or fertilized, and we're trying to get it up to 100%. So let's see where this field is. Okay, so we're still this side of the field he hasn't gotten to yet. We're still at 50% fertilized, and we get over to the other side where he's already been across. We are at 100%. Now, astute eye might notice that the broadcast sprayer that he was pulling is not the same one that had before. And that is because I was running into issues with with those fertilizer spreaders. One, unable to use a hired hand with them, and having issues with the steering assist too. So now, speaking of using a hired hand or steering assist, I am running into this last field. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So this 6th field down here on this end. I'm unable to use a hired hand or steering assist at all, as far as with the fertilizer spreader. So I'm hoping I don't run into that issue with mowing, but we will see. So, but yeah, we've got these 6 fields that we're going to be putting hired hands on. Now, I might be wondering why I divided this block into 6 fields. And the reason behind that is the mowing setup that I'm going to put hired hands in is going to look like this. Round baler. They are going to be driving these. And now, this is going to bale, and then we're going to have the mower actually attached on the front. What this is going to do for us is it is going to make it so that we can actually have a hired hand in this rig and bale. Now, the downside to these balers is they're just a straight baler. They're not going to wrap the bales. So we will have to wrap the bales afterwards. Now, how we are going to do that is bale wrapper. We're going to pick up the bales, and we're going to bring them back to our farm, and we're going to use this guy to wrap the bales. If my memory serves me correctly, this is going to make one giant long strip of bales. So once the bales are fermented, then we'll have to go back, unwrap them, pick up the bales, and take them to the saw point. But that is an easier solution than individually wrapping the bales afterwards on the field. Now, we could do that. We could use this guy right here, I believe. We'll pick it up. I believe it will. Now, we could do that. We could just go around, wrap the bales with this, and then we can move. Then we can just move them like we would normally would. And actually, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. I didn't realize we had that available to us. That would do the 189 centimeter bales. Actually, that baler does 185. So the 180 is the size of the bale. But if it's got the 5 or the 9 behind it, it's either 5 times the size, the regular size, or 9 times the regular size. The other option is to stick with, okay, that one won't do the 180. This one only stops at the 150. Stops at 150, but that's actually, if we do 180 size bales, we can actually use the trailer that I would prefer to use. And I will show you that trailer. Where's that? It's over here. It is this guy right here. Large flatbed trailer. And actually, I think we might just do 180, just normal size bales. And that's just going to make it so that we can use that trailer instead. And with using that trailer, we can do normal, we'd be able to use closer to basic equipment. So we might just go back to doing the 180 size bales. The problem with the 180 centimeter bales, we're going to have a whole bunch more of those bales on the ground. A whole bunch. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We'll actually end up making more trips back and forth, picking the bales up out of the field, just because of how many more bales there are. definitely manageable, not that big of an issue. So, but that's probably what we're going to be doing. But yeah, so I'm going to get, let's see, I'm going to get all these fields fertilized, and we will be getting prepped and ready for the next harvest. Next harvest is probably going to be, sorry, I got a little bit of heartburn and indigestion. Our next harvest is probably going to be March, maybe April. Depends on how things go over the winter. Typically, grass does not grow from December through February, so which is pretty normal. But I'll tell you what, I am going to grab. We might as well just use a little truck. It handles well. It turns around sharp. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill in or go over those spots that we missed in that first field. Now this is something I found out with this planter. For whatever reason, it is not spreading fertilizer. I never had that issue out of this one before, but it is not spreading fertilizer. So that's why we ended up having to put two applications of fertilizer down because of this not putting fertilizer down when planting, which it's supposed to. So, but I'm going to get this all prepped, ready. I'm going to go over those spots that got missed, and when we mow, we might not get these spots. They'll at least be filled in for the next mowing. So now that's another downside to this planter is anything that's already been grown or has grown, it wipes out. So, but I'm going to get these spots patched up, and we'll get like I said, all set ready. And I want to say thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.